How is it, Lawrence, when taking the basic classes,
Mhm.
lower and upper body? What can the therapist expect? Because you have experience from many years that
Yeah.
where you have been another kind of therapist, then you developed NRT. What kind of new results can people expect to see once
Yeah.
they?
Okay. So what people tell me is they feel like um, and these are people that come to classes. They have maybe 20 or 30 years of experience. When they go back home, I'll give you an example. I had this lady who was 83 years old. Her and her daughter were both massage therapists in Washington State, and took the classes. And the older one, the 83-year-old, wrote me a letter many months after the class, and she said, "I just want to thank you for teaching me NRT because now I can do better results with my clients, and I can continue doing this the rest of my life because it's so easy to do."
Mm.
So think about that. Here's a lady that's been doing manual therapy for 50 years of her life, perhaps, and she's getting better results than she ever had before.
Mm.
And this is what you experience. You need to start taking the classes because you're able to access muscles more profoundly without hurting people or without hurting yourself. So the results last longer, and you're able to get better results. And so people feel like they're like a super therapist after they take the class because they're able to do so much more for their clients, which is, that's why we do the work, because we feel rewarded from the results we see in our clients that they
Mm.
in their lives. And that's what we're all about, right?
Yeah. So that means they can actually use this straight after class.
We've had I've had people write me the night after the last day of the class. I just showed it in my clinic. I remember this guy in Kennedy. He worked on 6 people the next day in his clinic. He flew back from the class in the States, went back to Toronto or Montreal, wherever he was from. He worked on 6 people in his clinic, and every one of them had results he couldn't get before with these people he's worked on before.
That's a good story. Yeah.
He wrote me an email that night. He says, "I can't believe this."
Mm. We see it all the time as well here in Denmark after our classes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
a lot of students go and actually have good results
yeah.
immediately after the classes.
Yeah, if you really know, what muscles do, and what actions the muscles do, you can take the principles of NRT and apply them immediately in your clinic. If you don't know that, there's some therapists in the States that really don't know what muscles do. They've just been trained to kind of mush through them,
Mm.
massage them. They have to spend a little time understanding what they need to do in order to do a reset. But if you know kinesiology, then you know what to do. And we have people with master's degrees in kinesiology and PhDs in physical therapy here in the States. They go, "Oh my God, if they just explained this to me in school." They already had all the knowledge they needed. They just need that extra bit to apply it in such a reliable, practical way. Yeah.
So it's easy to integrate in every other modality, correct?
Yeah, some therapists who've been taught just to like burn some candles and have some incense in there, and the person gets on the table and you put some sheets on them and just massage them with oil. Those therapists, we don't call them body workers. We call them, general relaxation massage therapists. A lot of them come to an NRT class and they go, I really want to do this for my clients because I'm tired of just doing this relaxation thing. And so they'll do NRT first now, and then they'll get them on the table and do a little bit of relaxation massage at the end because it makes their work so much easier. The muscles aren't all hard and everything. They're just kind of smoothing the person down after a session. But so they integrate it that way. But other people, like we call body workers and physical therapists in this country, we immediately can apply to our clients because we're used to. We do what is needed for our clients. We're not just trying to relax them. We're trying to get their bodies to heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole approach of NRT. It creates profound relaxation, but our intent is to get that person's body to neurologically be in a state of healing. And we initiate that process.
Actually, a lot of my clients say that it feels so relaxing to do this movement with them.
Yeah,
It's calming them down.
And, you know,
During the,
I faced resistance at the beginning of my introduction of NRT. I had this one lady in Indianapolis who was a neuromuscular therapist, and she wanted neuromuscular therapy on her. You press into the tissues, right? And she was a good neuromuscular therapist, and that's all the kind of therapy she wanted. I tried to get her to try some NRT, and it took me about 6 months. And finally, she said, "Okay." I said, "Let me just spend some extra time just at the beginning of the session, and I'll work on your neck," because her neck was always a mess. So I worked on her, and then I did the neuromuscular work. And when she came back for her next appointment, like 3 weeks later, she said, "Do the NRT first." And she sent her husband to me because her husband had a severe case of fibromyalgia, and she could never do any kind of manual therapy on him because every touch was painful to him.
Yeah.
Okay. So she sent her husband to me to treat with NRT, because with NRT we can treat those kind of people without hurting them. And then he got to the point where after a couple sessions, she's able to do manual therapy. Never, for their 25 years of marriage, could never do.